Hey guys, Sam here with another episode of Home Improvement Question and Answers, and today we have Keith Fleming from Fleming and Associates, who is a home remodeler in the Atlanta area. And today we're going to talk about how to find out about damage to your roof from hailstorms. So there are some parts of Georgia that get some hailstorms, and hailstorms can tear up your roof pretty bad. So we have Keith here is going to answer some questions of how to determine how badly your roof is damaged and what's the process of going about getting it repaired. Hey, Keith, are you there?
Yeah, Sam, how you doing?
Not too bad. Thanks for joining us. So tell us, if there's a major hailstorm, how do you go about assessing the damage? Kind of what's the first thing people should do?
Typically, you should contact a roofing contractor, state licensed roofing contractor, that is, and have them come out and do an inspection. Typically, most guys will do a free assessment of your roof and find out if you've got damage or not. Before you file a claim, man, you don't want to contact your insurance agent and file a claim, and the adjuster comes out and denies the claim, and you already had the claim set on the property, and no funds were received because you have no hail damage. So typically you get a contractor to out, take a look at it, and inspect it for damage, and in turn they should let you know to what extent the damage is and whether or not file a claim.
So if you file, so let me get this right, if you filed a claim before having a contractor come out, then it's possible that you may not get that claim approved by the insurance company.
Yeah, that's correct. The adjuster typically makes a decision upon inspecting the roof of how much damage is on the roof, if there's any or if there's not. And once that adjuster comes out to inspect the property, it's actually a claim whether they give you any payment for the roof or not. So it's a good idea not to call the insurance company before having the roof inspected. That way you don't have a claim on the property, because typically, you get 3 claims within 3 years in the state of Georgia. Typically you're looking for new insurance with a different agent and a different company. And most people don't know that when you file a claim and the claims actually affect the rates of which that house is insured, and it typically transfers with the property. So say you're shopping for new insurance with a different insurance company, they're going to ask first a couple of questions: have you ever filed a claim? And if you have, the amount sometimes, and they go into more detail, finding out what type of claim and how much claims have been on that particular property at the time before quoting the insurance. And a lot of people don't know that.
I didn't even know that. And it actually kind of makes sense, because it's kind of like with auto insurance. If you have a certain amount of damage to your car and you file a claim on your car, I mean, it's like you said, your rates will go up. So I guess it's the same thing with a house. So if you file a lot of claims within a certain year, then your rates, your premium or your rates will go up.
Yeah, and you're prone to being canceled. They may cancel you. Just like your auto, like you're saying, if you have too many accidents within a certain amount of time, there's a great chance you might get canceled.
Wow. So it's better for the homeowner actually to call the roofer, the roofing company, or the licensed contractor to look at the roof first to determine whether or not they should call the insurance company for a claim, depending on the amount of damage, correct?
Yes, that's correct. A lot of just typical roofing companies, though, those guys work off commission. So if they don't sell that roof, they may not make any money. So a lot of times they're wanting you to file claims whether or not you have damage. They work off of sales, and that's typically not what you want. You want an honest contractor to come out and inspect the roof. That way, if there is a legitimate claim, you can take care of it. And filing it with your insurance company, sometimes it can be detrimental on the amount of claims that they are paying out at the time. So hiring a licensed contractor to come out and inspect the roofs is a great idea.
Wow. So let's just say a homeowner had to file a claim, say the damage was pretty significant. What's the typical process with the homeowner? If the contractor comes out and says, hey, this damage, the roof damage is really bad, it's gonna cost you a lot, you should file a claim. What will be the typical process that the homeowner has to go through now?
Typically, the homeowner will contact their insurance agent, and in turn, their insurance agents will contact the claims office. Claim office will contact the adjuster to set up an appointment and come out and evaluate the roof, and that's how the procedures are typically handled. A lot of times, the homeowners would like for their contractor to meet the adjuster out there just in case there's any questions that the contractor may have for the adjuster, or the adjuster may have questions for the contractor at the time. So it's a great idea to have your contractor meet the adjuster out there.
Okay. And who selects the contractor? This is the homeowner. The homeowner decides who repairs the roof, or is that up to the insurance adjuster?
Most people don't know that they have a right to choose whoever they would like to do any repairs on their property. Insurance companies do not dictate who is allowed to do any repairs on the property. Yes, sometimes there's questions on the amount that the insurance companies allow, and sometimes there are supplemental checks and additional repairs that may be performed by the contractor, and the supplemental checks from the insurance company to take care of property damage for homeowners.
Okay, and then after and I guess with homeowners selecting a contractor, of course, it'd probably be in their benefit to get a licensed roofing contractor to handle the job. Wouldn't you think?
Yes. State licensed contractor has to give a guarantee with all his work.
So how do you make sure that the contractor selected does a good job? Say if they're a licensed professional or they're a licensed contractor.
Well, that's a tricky question. If the contractor is a professional, typically the job will be done on a timely manner, and the permitting with the local government, the contractor will pass the inspections, and typically will provide a final inspection upon repayment of a project.
Okay. So during the job, it has to be inspected by the local government or the county.
Certain jobs have to require permitting, and yes, they will be inspected by the county or local authorities.
Now, what are the repercussions if someone decides to go? They don't want to hire a licensed contractor. They want to go with an unlicensed contractor. They want to get a couple guys from Home Depot that say they're experienced roofers, and let's just say they grab these guys and they have them do the roofing job for them. They feel that it's going to cost them. It won't cost them as much, or they feel like they're going to save money. What are some of the drawbacks or repercussions from going in this direction?
Well, yes, it initially may save them money, but in the long run, it typically doesn't, because that contractor's just out there doing work at the time that he's looking for a job or whatnot. He's not truly a licensed contractor, and he probably won't warranty the work for the homeowners. Typically, they find out that these guys are short-time contractors, and they're not in it for the long run, and they typically don't do that great of a job for the homeowners.
Yeah. So basically, if they do a bad job, then the homeowner's in trouble, because most of the time they probably won't be able to get in touch with these contractors again. They may have moved on or gone on to other things, and they may actually come out more out of pocket.
Correct.
Than what they initially had hoped.
Yeah. Homeowners only have recourse against a state licensed contractor, because the state licensed contractor in turn has to answer to a board. And typically, if a a person's hiring a licensed contractor, they can go to the Secretary of State's website and research and double check and make sure that licensed contractor, his licenses are current and his insurance is current. They want to double check and make sure he has workman's comp, general liability, and his licenses are current with the state.
Okay. So are there any guarantees that should come with a roof repair after hail damage?
Well, the state requires all licensed contractors to give them a minimum 1-year warranty guarantee on any work performed, whether it be material, labor, or whatever. But typically with materials, most contractors are going to use materials that the manufacturers are warranting, and warranties to the manufacturers are typically covered. And a lot of state licensed contractors cover their or will warranty their work long after that 1 year, typically. So choosing the state licensed contractor is a better idea when it comes to warranties.
Gotcha. Oh, well, that's great. Great information, Keith. So thank you for sharing your knowledge and expertise on what to do if you have damage to your roof from a hailstorm. So how can people reach you if they want to ask you any more questions or they want to use your services?
Well, I can be contacted at 770-456-1250, or I can be emailed at Fleming, FLEMING, CONST @BellSouth, or Keith @FlemingGC.com. Either way.
Okay, great. And I'll have that information for you guys below the video or on the blog post, so you can contact Keith with any of your home improvement questions. Keith, I'd like to thank you for getting on the call and sharing your time with us, and hopefully we hear from you soon.
Thanks, Sam. Take care now.
All right. Take care.